Hello, good morning. I hope we're able to hear me. I'm happy to be here on YouTube. Sorry, Facebook, I was unable to get in this morning. So we're doing this on YouTube. So welcome to our first live Q&A for the Aligned Author Journey. I am going to go over to YouTube and shut down some sound. We've got some background echo here. Bear with me, everybody. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. All righty. So sorry if you didn't make it to this live and you're watching the replay. We're glad to have you. And we're slowly getting going ahead with family emergencies. So our live start class is a little behind. So we're using this. We're going to treat this first live Q&A for the Aligned Author Journey as more of an overview explanation. I've got a slide to share with you of what we're doing here. So welcome, and forgive me as I'm reading notes. So really this is all about becoming the author that you need to be to share the truth and the message on your heart that the world needs now. So we've got books in our heads, books in our hearts, and in order to bring those forward and share with the world, we've got to become that person that we need to be to speak that truth and share that message. So welcome, we're glad to have you. And module 1 is all about the author identity and who that version of you is underneath the layers. And we'll get into in that more in depth. Let me share my screen and we're going to rock into this. Pull this up. Ta-da. All right. So this is the Aligned Author Immersion Program. And we'll get more into this. This is where we prioritize sincerity, clarity, our constant companions. I'll get more into that as we roll out. And this is the Aligned Author Journey. So the 8-week overview, I've just touched on the first module where we're creating our new author identity. And you see I have some keywords over here where we're talking about darkness, the disillusionment, weariness, discouragement, defeat. These are some key components that we want to look in the first week. Now, I'm not giving you all of the weeks simply because I've been dealing with family crisis and haven't typed them in here. I'll go ahead and speak them out. And these are not mine. I have learned in the writing of my historical fiction these tools that my character, my heroine in my story was researching and transcribing and learning herself and applying to her journey as she was protecting ancient text. And the first one is darkness, disillusionment, weariness, discouragement, and defeat. And the example that I've come up with for this first milestone in module 1, as we're creating new identities, I want you to think in your life, but I'll give you an example. And one way to cast this out is seeing the accomplishments and the possibilities, the potentialities of the whole big picture, like looking at your own 30,000-foot view of where you're being stuck and getting your message and your book forward. We want to look at the whole struggle, not just the little tiny, minute details, but the great big picture. An example of this would be women's, for hundreds of years, the little details of women stepping forward and making small progresses and demonstrating success even in the eyes of defeat. And had they succumb to the darkness, through the delusionment, through the discouragement, we'd still be where we were. And so that's my first example. I'll read this. So, women gaining the right to vote in the United States. It took over 100 years of constant pressure, demonstration, and witness. What if they had given up? What if Rosa Parks had not taken a seat on that chair, on that bus? And truth begins to reveal itself unapologetically when we can overcome the darkness, the disillusionment, the weariness, the discouragement that we sit in as we're trying to put pen to paper and write our chapters. So again, this is in module 1 is all I'm going to go over today. I won't get into detail, but this is an example of where we're going and what we're talking about. All right. So next week we'll dive deeper into module 1. This is not a writing class. We do touch on some of the writing. We can't help but mesh and meld the 3 pillars of writing into all the classes. They all meld together and blend. So I'm going to share one more picture with you. Bear with me, I'll find it. I just had it open. If you can see on the Facebook, the 3 circles, the 3 pillars of our writing for Story Launcher. We work on the author, we work on the premise, so your story, and the third one is the marketing, is the audience. So this aligned author immersion, this journey, is the first pillar that we want to work on before we put pen to paper, before we start getting our ideas organized and our message off our hearts. We're working on you, on the author, in becoming the person that we need to have front and center to get pen to paper and get this message out. So over the next 8 weeks, if you feel so inclined to join us in this author immersion and step out on your own author journey, we'd love to have you. So I will drop a link to join our program below this video in the Facebook page as well as in the group. And we'd love to see you on the inside. And we're going to dig deeper into my recording pause. We're going to dig deeper into our first week next week into author identity and shifting that identity. All right. Well, we hope to see you next week, and we love to have you.